The forbidden romances between hunters and demons have always been the secret heart of the saga of the Kpop Demon Hunters. But could some of these love stories be hiding secrets that could change everything we believe about these characters? The romance between Rumi and Jinu ended up remaining only in the realm of suggestion, and that left a lot of people frustrated. Throughout the movie, the looks, the tension-filled dialogues, and the undeniable chemistry between the two already made it clear that something was about to happen. But when the moment of truth came, the script never delivered anything concrete, and fans left the theater with the feeling that the cherry on top was missing. A scene that clearly showed what was being built, like a kiss. The most curious detail is that this scene actually existed. According to behind-the-scenes information, Rumi and Jinu were supposed to have an intimate moment inside an aquarium, probably right after the performance of Free. It would be there, surrounded by fish and blue light, that the kiss would finally happen. But since the movie needed to keep a fast pace and couldn't go over a certain runtime, the sequence ended up being cut. The result is that the audience could only imagine what it would have been like to actually see the couple come to life on screen. And here comes the big question. If even this moment was cut, what about all the other couples the movie suggests? What would those stories have been like if each one of them had had the chance to fully develop? So grab your popcorn, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the mood of romance and ship the greatest couples of Kpop Demon Hunters, right here on Zigzag. There's no denying that there's a strange tension between the Huntrix and the Saja boys, that mix of romantic spark with deadly rivalry worthy of a soap opera. Right away, when they first met, the girls were impressed, and who wouldn't be, faced with stylish guys full of mystery. But as soon as it sank in that they were direct rivals, the charm turned into almost instant rancor. Even so, that first impression always stays tucked away somewhere, and that's exactly where the danger lies. Zoey, who insists on speaking badly about the Saja boys at every opportunity, ends up giving away more than she would like just by the tone of her voice. And the situation becomes even more obvious when the mystery Saja, the long-haired, enigmatic guy who even hides his eyes, gets close to her. In that moment, Zoey's tough facade melts just like that new fake butter from Bill Gates. Some fans have already started theorizing that this reaction might be related to the way Zoey sees the world, even raising the hypothesis that she could be autistic, which would explain her fixation with enigmas and secrets. And if that's really the case, it's no wonder she can't resist the most mysterious guy from the rival group. But then, what would the dynamic be like between a couple formed by a warrior who hates admitting her feelings and a guy who never reveals anything? Would it be pure chaos or the perfect combination? A lot of people still haven't accepted the idea that Jinu really died for good, and the strongest theory is precisely that he could come back in a possible Kpop Demon Hunters 2. Within Korean mythology, there is the concept of the 10 kings of the underworld, responsible for judging souls and deciding their destinies. If we fit this into the storyline, it's very likely that Jinu is standing before these judges receiving a special condition to fulfill an impossible mission or prove something in life in order to return. This would be the perfect chance to bring him back not only to the plot, but also to rekindle the flame with Rumi. And that's where the romance gains new life. Just imagine the narrative weight of a reunion after death, with Jinu returning transformed, carrying scars from the underworld and bringing back that connection with Rumi that was left unresolved. It would be the perfect opportunity to finally have the kiss scene that was cut from the first movie, now in an even more epic and emotional context. But what about you? What do you think? Will Jinu really return to give this gift to the fans, or will the production leave this romance only in the realm of speculation? If you are dying inside for not having seen this romance truly fulfilled, then drop a #kiss in the comments so we can suffer together. If it's already complicated to ship members of rival bands, imagine when the feud goes beyond music and dives straight into the supernatural. On one side, Mira, the most rebellious and impulsive Huntrix. On the other, Abs, or Abby to the close ones, one of the demons from the Saja boys. It's as if the universe made a point of throwing the two of them on opposite sides just to watch the chaos unfold. The tension grows precisely because it's not just an artistic rivalry game, it's literally hunter against creature. And it's in this clash that the most dangerous attraction of all is born. And the detail is, when you look closely, they're not really that opposite at all. Mira acts on impulse, loves breaking rules, and doesn't think twice before throwing herself into any mess. Mysterious Abs, in turn, is the guy who shares exactly the same boldness, as if he were her dark reflection. People say opposites attract, but in this case the fit is almost perfect, except for the small detail that she's supposed to exterminate him, and he's supposed to destroy her. It's precisely this contradiction that drives the fandom crazy. Would they be an inevitable explosion of chemistry, or just a disaster waiting to happen? And speaking of romance between Hunter and Demon, Rumi's parents' case is practically a legend within this universe. Her mother was part of the Sunlight Sisters, the legendary trio of hunters that came before the Huntrix, known for their discipline and their commitment to never get involved with the enemy. But one of them broke the biggest taboo of all. She fell in love with a demon, and not just any demon, but someone who stirred the fate of an entire generation. The fruit of this forbidden relationship is none other than Rumi herself, carrying in her blood both the light of the hunters and the demonic darkness. The theory that most divides fans is the identity of the father. Many believe that not only was he powerful, but perhaps even more dangerous than Guima himself, the great antagonist we already know. That would make Rumi a key piece in the entire balance between hunters and demons, as if she were a kind of link that could either unite or destroy both sides. The question is, will this secret past be explored in the future, revealing an epic romance that silently changed everything? Or will the story remain only in the subtext, leaving the audience's imagination to do the work? What if the big secret behind Celine's enigmatic aura is actually a love triangle forgotten by history? We already know that Rumi's mother, one of the legendary Sunlight Sisters, got involved with a powerful demon. But what if, during that same time, Celine was also in love? That would explain why she's always been so reserved, as if she carried an old wound that never healed. Maybe Rumi's mother chose the demon instead of her, leaving Celine on the sidelines of an impossible passion, which would create a silent resentment that crossed generations. And then comes the question that stirs fans' imagination. Could Rumi's parents' death be directly connected to this past? If Celine was truly rejected, it's not absurd to think she might have had some kind of involvement, even if indirect, in their tragic fate. Maybe out of revenge, maybe out of despair, or even as an attempt to erase a love that consumed her. That would explain why she acts as if she knows more than she reveals, always keeping her cards hidden. But is Celine just a master of secrets? Or are we looking at someone who once let herself be guided by pain and rejection? These secrets are wild, huh? How about subscribing to the channel to stay on top of everything about the Kpop Demon Hunters? That way you'll always know these answers before your friends do. If all the other Saja boys shared the same fate as Jinu, the storyline would gain a new layer of depth. It would stop being just a battle between hunters and demons and become a journey of redemption, where each fight would also be an act of liberation. This would connect directly with the song Free, since the lyrics talk exactly about breaking invisible chains and rescuing who you truly are inside. Imagine each battle not as a fight to the death, but as a chance for the Huntrix to show the Saja boys that they can still choose the light, a detail that would forever change the saga's dynamic. And if the story took this path, it wouldn't be only in battles that this union would flourish. Think about the collabs, Huntrix and Saja boys sharing the same stage, transforming their duels into performances that mix dance, singing, and choreographies, full of symbolism about liberation and hope. Each music video could be a visual metaphor for their fight against darkness, bringing even more hype to the ships between the couples and reinforcing the emotional impact. Now, would the audience accept the Saja boys as allies, or would distrust continue to hover over this explosive partnership?